it, Shadow the Rat, and for today's video I will be showing you how you can train your rats to find and indicate a specific scent. Prop-wise, you will need 4 to 6 identical containers, and in my case I am using glitter containers, however spice containers or film containers would also work well. You will also need at least one unique scent, which is safe for the rats. I will be using cinnamon for this, and the way that I scent the container is I store a piece of cinnamon in the container I want the rat to find when I'm not using the container for training. If you want to increase the difficulty of this trick later on, you can also add in other scents in the form of spices or treats, or just other scents that are rat safe. However, for this tutorial, we will just be going over the most simple version of this trick, which is having the rat find one scented container out of a bunch of unscented containers. And of course, you can also use a clicker to help teach this trick. One final note before we start, and that is if you would like more information on some of the basics of rat training, feel free to check out my Ultimate Guide to Rat Training video, which I will also link in the description down below. Now the first thing you want to do is get out your scented container and teach your rat to indicate that this is the correct container. There are many indicator cues you can pick from, and anything from the rat knocking over the container to the rat fetching the container or scratching the container can work. I personally tend to teach my rats to fetch the correct container, however because I don't want to make this tutorial any more complicated, I will be having my rats knock over the container as an indicator cue in this video. So to start training this trick, you want to first present your rat the scented container and reward them for any interest in it. You want to gradually shape this into them performing the indicator cue, and if you are using a cue such as knocking over the container like we are in this video, you can even lure the rat into performing this behavior a few times, reward them, and then see if they will perform the behavior on their own. Once your rat will reliably knock over the container, you can then start to place it in different spots, teaching them to always find the container when it's present and knock it over. Once your rat is reliably knocking over the container no matter where you place it, you want to add in one of the unscented containers. See if your rat will knock over the right container when given a choice, and if they don't choose the right container, then you want to lure them over to the correct container, and after they knock that over, go ahead and reward them. Practice switching the scented and unscented containers around, each time rewarding your rat for finding the correct container. If they seem confused, you can just lead them to the correct container and reward them for knocking it over, and if they still seem confused after doing this once or twice, you want to go back to working with the scented container alone for a few more tries. Once your rat can reliably pick and indicate the correct container out of the 2 containers, you then want to add in a third unscented container. Again, reward your rat for picking the correct container to knock down, and if they seem confused or choose wrong, you can either go back a step and work with the 2 containers a bit more, or you can lead them to the correct container and reward them for knocking it over, and then see if they can find the correct container after that. Once they can reliably pick the scented container out of the 3 containers, you can now add in a 4th container. And once your rat can consistently pick and indicate the correct container from the 4 containers, you can now add in your 5th and then your 6th container. At this point, your rat should really have the idea down and be very accurate at finding and indicating the scented container. And that's all there is to it! There are a lot of fun variations of scent detection that rats can learn, and as primarily scent-oriented animals, rats tend to love and excel at these sorts of tricks. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!